Now that you've found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's ubnradio.com.
Today, everyone is a product and everyone needs marketing to succeed. So let's talk about it right now on Marketing Unfiltered with award-winning creative expert Wendi Cooper and her co-host John Hamilton.
Hey, everybody. We're switching chairs here. Sorry. John is like 7 foot tall and he's on the high chair and I'm like a little person.
Here we are. Hi, Wendi.
Hi, John.
I just got into the studio. Okay. Now that we're all a little verklempt here. Here we go.
Sorry. Okay, there we go. Wait, I have to make sure that my hair looks good. Okay, would you talk,
So
John?
that you don't yell at me next week for not noticing.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the C-Spot Talk. C-Spot Talk
C-Spot
Marketing.
Talk?
I've had so many shows. I do it every week. It's like the C-Spot, Living Unfiltered. Where are we? But welcome to C-Spot Talk Marketing Unfiltered with Wendi and my co-host.
Oh, I thought you were looking at Tony. I thought you were just going to replace me. John here. Hi, everybody.
So, John, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Do you have like only a couple of more weeks left at your job?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, beginning of May, I'm done. And then I'm moving on to greener pastures, so to speak. Yeah. I'm excited about it, but it's busy wrapping up a job.
Do you have any prospects? Oh, no, you're going to take some time off, right?
Yeah, I was going to take some time off, and then I have some prospects, but
good.
not ready to talk about it publicly
I'm not talking about anything. I'm not talking about anything. Oh,
Nothing
are we
at all.
still on a...
your hair is doing a little poof up top there. So anyway.
I warned everybody before the show. It's like, if my hair does something weird, please tell me.
But we don't know what weird is to you, so sometimes we just don't know.
Everybody watch last week's show and you'll find out what weird is. Okay.
Don't touch the headphones.
All right. So anyway, we have an exciting show.
Yes, we
other
do.
than it being excruciatingly hot in here tonight.
Is it?
Well, that's because we have two beautiful ladies in the studio.
Maybe that's why I'm cold, if you know what I mean.
Okay. So Jennifer Buonantony, I do know how to say that last name.
Buonantony,
yes, is here tonight from Press Pass LA.
Yes.
And Jennifer was here maybe a month and a half ago.
About a month ago.
Yeah.
And you're the only one that can say my name right, so.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Because everybody looks at it and goes, "What's that? You? What do you do with it?" Right? The Buonantony.
Buonantony.
Yeah, it's because my husband. It's the only reason. Yeah.
She's got a little Italian in her.
Yeah. But he asked me. He said Buonan. I said, "Yeah, her name's Jennifer Buonantony," like that, Buonantony. And I thought he was going to be all, "Wow, you said that right," And he goes, "Buonantonio." And I go, "No."
Actually, some of the family spelled it Tonio, Tuono.
Yeah.
So, they mess things up
Yeah.
on. So he's not wrong.
So if you just say it like really fast with flair, that'll work too.
Buonantony.
Buonantony, yeah.
Buonantony.
Just feel like you're on The Sopranos.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I like that.
But Jennifer is the CEO of Press Pass LA, and
At Press Pass LA, all over the internet.
that's you're totally awesome, because my goodness, you were just in Las Vegas with Paul, who was here last week from Mama Guard.
Yes.
And for 3 days.
We were doing the NCOBC 2016 conference, which is the National Consortium of Breast Care. So it's a breast cancer conference. We were there with Mama Guard, and as you know, because I run Press Pass LA, but I do PR and social media branding for brands, and Paul's one of the people I work with.
Yep.
And we were out there for that, and I drove back yesterday through the desert.
Did you hit the rainstorms that night when you were driving?
I drove on the way out there, and it was actually, I've driven to Vegas a few times, but it's interesting when you're in torrential rain and fog in the desert. It's like pitch black, and there's no one else on the road. I was like, oh, please just let me get there. And yet I was still trying to go like 90. I'm like, but I just want to get there.
You just want to get there. Yeah, that is creepy.
The last time I drove to Vegas, and so there's. You know the part where you can see those things off over to the left as you're going into Vegas, but there's like that solar stuff that's way over.
Thing. Yeah.
Exactly. You don't know what it is.
Entering Area 51.
So weird.
Exactly. And you're staring at it going, what is that? What is that? What is that? Right?
Reflecting the sun in your face.
So, but I'm looking ahead, and all of a sudden, it's like my temperature in my car drops like 30 degrees, and the wind is blowing. I'm in a Prius, and my car is starting to go like this, and I'm seeing like these cars coming out of this rain. You know, I'm driving right into a twister. I drove right through a twister, seriously, and it was very scary, but it was a twister in the desert. And I'm sure people were looking at me going, "Look at that
crazy
stupid bitch
driving
right into the twister." Figures probably from California.
Right as you approach Vegas at night, there's just like before you can see the city, there's just like that weird light glowing, and you're like, what? And then if you've done it before, you're like, oh, I'm there. But the first time you see that, you're like, what is that?
It is weird. It's like a moon colony.
Yeah, but it's all until you just like come over the hill, it just looks like this eerie light in the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched that light grow bigger and bigger and bigger over the years.
Yeah.
You know, it used to be this tiny little light. But anyway, so what's up? Jennifer's going to be here every couple of months, once a month.
Whenever
we don't know.
Whenever she wants to.
But something was happening.
There's a lot happening. Yeah, just as I was walking in, I was tweeting and posting. We have a photographer at the Captain America, the Civil War premiere tonight. So that movie is opening this weekend, but the premiere is tonight up at the Dolby Theater on Hollywood Boulevard. So if you're hitting traffic,
5 minutes.
I apologize.
From here.
Yeah, they blocked that street off again.
That street is blocked off like every other day. So we were last night, the night before we had a photographer at the Game of Thrones premiere, which I think was there as well, and then tonight for Captain America. So we were just posting pictures of Stan Lee is on the carpet already, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Anthony Mackie.
Why is all of this happening? Why is there? Well, the Game of Thrones.
So Game of Thrones, the new season.
The new season.
Yeah, and they're unveiling, I think it's 16 new characters. And one of my friends is one of the
more characters.
One of my friends is one of the. I don't know if I'm allowed to say his name, but he was there. So there are pictures of him on the Instagram. You can figure it out. But he is one of the main.
The comedy guy. I watched your interview.
He's English, and he's one of the main new characters. Ooh. And there's a lot of like plot twists coming up. But he won't even tell me. But he's
I bet Game of Thrones fans are just
Jennifer
freaking
cracks
out.
me up. She's on the red carpet for the Harry Potter thing, right?
Yeah.
And I loved when you asked those two guys, what other roles would you have wanted to play if you could have in Harry Potter?
Yeah. So because I'm sure
what a great question that they never get asked. Probably.
I just feel like people probably ask the same questions over, and I just thought, okay, so now having been through this like crazy thing of being a huge star and a big blockbuster, what if you could go back to the very beginning and audition for a different role? And, you know, it was funny. Like some of the actors named the women parts. Like they just thought it would be cool to play something super opposite of the character they played because they've been that character now for what? Like a decade?
Yeah.
Like they are those characters.
I stopped watching it like halfway through the first one.
Yeah.
I really did.
For sure.
I actually didn't include, I had an interview with Ed O'Neill and his family and his kids. But like I didn't.
So cool.
Yeah, but the interview wasn't bad. But I only watched the first Harry Potter, and I asked his kids, thinking like they're at the Harry Potter premiere, they must be super excited. They hadn't been Harry Potter fans, like they hadn't watched.
So I was like tickets.
It's like I'm not going to include this because it's just super awkward. Everyone's just talking about like, how they don't watch.
What's Harry Potter? I don't know.
And he doesn't even say anything. I don't know. He's just like smiling, and I'm like, this is so weird.
The kids are, the kids who look up and go, "Oh man, Dad, you should have told us we were going to Harry Potter."
No, the kids have just been media trained, and they're like, "Love it."
Yeah, everyone was smiling, but everyone was like, "We don't watch." So I was like, "I'm not going to put this in. It's kind of weird." But it was a fun week because we had So this week we had the opening of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Universal Studios.
Yeah.
It's the third theme park. They have the one in Orlando and one in Japan. And so that was at the beginning of the week. Then we had the Game of Thrones premiere. Now we have the Captain America Civil War premiere. So it's a busy week. It's funny, like awards is over and people always tell me, oh, you must be so slow now. And I'm like, no. I mean, things are always happening in Hollywood.
Things are always happening.
And so
here.
we're just kind of always running around from different carpets. And sometimes we get video spots. Sometimes we get photography spots. So we always try to bring our fans, whether it's video or photos.
You know how that works more than I do. I mean, I'm not a PR person. So.
I never really did the press line. The closest I got to that was like 6 years ago at Sundance, and I had to deal with some gifting suite stuff, which I will never do again. I know it's awful and worthless, but like press line stuff's really wasn't my game.
The process is basically that you throw darts. The publicists throw darts, and then that's how they decide. No, I mean, we apply, like every time there's an event, we apply for the event for a spot. We give them our traffic numbers, our social media numbers. We tell them what our pre-coverage and post-coverage plans are. If we're going to preview the event, if we're going to live tweet while we're there, what our, basically what our plans of the content are and how many people we think will see it. And then they decide whether or not you're qualified to get a place. And then we always apply for the full thing, which is a still photographer and a video crew. So sometimes we get both, sometimes we get neither, sometimes we get one, sometimes we get a call 10 minutes before. We have a spot if you can be here in 5 minutes, which is in Hollywood, is like unless you happen to be standing outside
literally down the block.
outside the Kodak already, like just waiting, which sometimes we'll do that if it's big enough,
Still
and we
minutes.
think there's a chance. So yeah, it's fun, and we've been around now for like a little over 5 years. So I get a feeling if we're going to get it or not, usually before we actually hear, which we usually only hear the night before, the day of.
You're pretty established now, so in some respects, you know what you're going to get.
We usually are going to get at least one thing, a photography or video spot, sometimes both. If it's a major award show, like, MTV, it was weird. The MTV music
that just happened because you had a picture of Kendall Jenner.
Well, the MTV Movie Awards were this weekend, and we did get a video and photo spot for the MTV Music Awards, but then for the Movie Awards this weekend, we didn't. But I happened to have someone on our team who was there, so we were able to get some access anyway. So it's very random, I will say.
Right.
You never know, and a lot of that depends on how many like international sites apply, and if TV sites take precedence over online sites. So there's a lot of politics, how friendly you are with the person running the event. So,
for sure.
I'll make sure. I'll make sure to stop to you when I'm on the red carpet.
All right,
next time you're flowing down that carpet.
Next time I'm just going down that red carpet with those.
So how often are you on the carpet?
I probably once a week.
Wow.
I could be there a lot more, but because I run the business, I
Right.
have to be doing the business side. And a lot of times, like now, I'll have the photographer Dropboxing me, and I'm doing the social media while he's still packing up or transferring the footage. So I try to do what's most efficient and best for the site, for the fans, to get the content the quickest. If I'm there, usually means it will take longer because I'm there. But sometimes if it's big enough, I want to handle it myself, and sometimes I just want to be there if I'm a fan of the event or whatever it's going to be.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I know how much she does, so I'm getting tired because I know exactly what she's talking about, and I know how much she does.
But with like Harry Potter, the challenge is when we get home, I'll see E or the bigger sites that are at these events. I'm literally getting home and I already see their stuff up because they'll have someone there running the tapes back, transferring the footage.
My son used to be the photo editor
from the
for
red carpet. Yeah. Whereas with a smaller company like ours, we do all the work. So we go home, we download the footage, we color correct the photos, we edit it, we get it up for the fans as quickly as we can. So we have to try to be competitive.
Do you sell your photos at all?
We don't. We don't sell. Some people, most people use Getty or AP, which are wire image, photo services. And it's a whole other ballgame to be your own photo service. But we do our own original content, and we only put them on our site, which is actually good because they don't like competition, those three services. So a lot of times if you are going to sell them, you won't get a spot. But if you're only going to use them.
paparazzi sell their photos all the time. Oh, but they're not. They don't have a
Yeah.
spot.
So when it comes with the credentials,
Yeah.
the publicists will give the wire services those spots. And if they feel you're going to be competing with them, you might not get a spot. But if you're going to keep it internal, then you can.
Oh, it's so freaking.
There's
those
a lot
are
of
really they have a lot of pull. Those the Wire and Getty and Splash.
The
so it's like you
photo
don't want
pit
to
is
piss
the
them off.
scariest place on the red carpet. They're vicious sometimes, those photographers, because they want to get the best shot. They will literally knock each other down to get the best shot because they're selling those shots
while screaming at whoever they're
just
trying to take a
screaming
picture
at the
of.
talent.
Because you get a lot of money. I mean, Wyatt used to be
look
the photo
this way,
editor.
over here, turn around, that kind of thing.
Yeah, because they want to leave that carpet. They want to go sell the shot.
photos.
Right.
Right. Be the first ones to show the shot, and they'll get a lot of money for it because he used to have a huge budget, and it was when E! News first started with Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah.
So you can imagine now.
It's the busiest man in Hollywood.
We need to go to commercial, and then anything else?
Last thing, Coachella this weekend, so everyone will be out in the desert listening to the music. It's all also about, as you know, brands are paying tons of money to be a part of Coachella.
I know.
Bring their fashion and their branding to food and everything.
See what's happening in my house.
It's not just a little music festival. Yeah, not a little music festival anymore. It's a massive branding opportunity.
Thing. Oh my God!
Totally.
And Chance bought these sunglasses, because you have to have your Coachella outfits. My son, 25, the ones that were in the car that day, and Chance, it's like he was walking out of the house the other day, and he had on these like cool glasses I saw out of the corner of my eye, and I thought, So when he left today, because his girlfriend is super cute and she's dyeing her hair. She walks in with a bunch of towels last night. She goes, I'm going to dye my hair black. And she has brown hair. And I went, do you know how to do that? She goes, well, I brought my own towels. And I said, are you going to get black dye all over my bathroom? I just didn't get what she was really going to do.
Do I need
to do this? But it's like Coachella, so they're getting ready.
Big prep.
And Chance's glasses are so cool. I have no idea where he got these sunglasses, but they are awesome.
Yeah,
I went in his room and dug in his stuff. Yeah, they're awesome. Anyway, we need to go to commercial, and we're going to come back with our incredible author and celebrity trainer and beautiful mother and wife, Tina Hill. But we will be back after a few minutes. If you need direct response television media planning and buying, then Direct Avenue is your best bet. Besides being a media specialty, direct response television advertising is the smartest form of advertising today. Direct Avenue is a short-form media agency where direct response meets branded television advertising. It takes master planning, negotiating, buying, tracking, and reporting to run an effective advertising campaign in order to have sustainable growth. I've been nothing but impressed with everyone at Direct Avenue. As a CMO consultant, I need to feel connected to the entire supply chain of a campaign, and I trust that Direct Avenue is doing the best job possible. Direct Avenue understands the urgency in planning, negotiating rates, flexibility, and agility in leveraging relationships that allow for a smart and efficient media test. The leadership at Direct Avenue know their sweet spot, and they stick to it. These days, media planning and buying supported with the best systems to track transactions from phone, mobile, web, social, and search back to your media dollars is what it's all about if you want to grow your campaign and deliver a robust ROI. Direct Avenue has been around for a long time and delivering great services for many years. In fact, here's the number of Scott Kowalczyk, the CEO. 760-579-4210. That is his direct number. Again, it's 760-579-4210. Or you can go to directavenue.com, check them out, and get a free analysis for your campaign. When was the last time a CEO gave out his direct number on radio? Well, that just goes to show you what Scott's all about. So call Scott at 760-579-4210.
Average lifetime, 1,500,000 minutes are spent on the toilet. So what's the problem?
When you sit on a toilet, you're at a 90-degree angle.
Nature didn't want us to do it that way.
This causes pushing, straining, hemorrhoids.
That's crazy.
We want to create a product that is great for humanity.
Well, go time just got easier. Introducing Easy Go Pro, the only way to go.
Anatomically, we were designed to eliminate at a 35-degree angle.
You just sit, lift, and go in a natural position.
The benefits list is this long from a pure health perspective.
A healthy colon is encouraged by doctors for all ages.
The key to vitality, it's the key to longevity, it's the key to your health.
Be a healthy goer. Order now at EasyGoPro.com. Try it for 70 days. If you don't absolutely feel better, just send it back for a full product refund. Go time just got healthier at EasyGoPro.com.
Hey, we're back.
We are back in action, Wendi.
We are, and you're listening to C-Spot Talk Marketing Unfiltered. Well, I'm your host, Wendi Cooper, and my co-host is...
John the Hamilton, the man, the Hamilton, the man.
The Ham. John the Ham. And in studio tonight, I've got Jennifer Buonantony from Press Pass LA. I have Tony Sweet from UBN Radio because he's just sweet. And we have now featured for the rest of the show is KB Hill. She is a mother, a celebrity trainer, and a wife, and an absolute amazing author that I can't say enough about. Her book is called Witchy Man. And anyway, I'm in love with this book.
I know.
I am.
So
I'm just
giddy. You've been dying to talk about it.
But KB, welcome to C-Spot. Thank you.
We get lots of fanfare in this studio.
So hold on, I'm going to look at my notes because you gave me this beautiful intro. She says, today we're going to be talking to Katie Hill, wife, mother of 3, author of the new thriller Witchy Man, as well as business owner, celebrity trainer, and Usana business associate. That makes me sound either amazing or scattered.
Scattered. Amazing.
Busy.
No, amazing, as you are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you for coming, by the way. Where did you come from?
Well, tonight I came from my gym in West Hollywood, but I live out in Calabasas.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Good thing you didn't have to come all the way from Calabasas.
You're going to have to go all the way to it.
I do. I have to go back tonight. And my 6-year-old is waiting up for me. So.
Oh, wow.
She's so excited. She's been saying.
Is she watching?
Yes, and she's been calling me constantly saying, I'm so proud of
That's
you,
so
Mommy."
sweet.
Yes.
And she's the cutest girl ever.
She is.
Oh my goodness! Well, we have pictures.
We're going to put on
of
our best
the
behavior
family.
then.
I could not believe you sent over a few pictures today of the girls, and then I had the ones that Jennifer had sent over,
And my son, too.
and your
is
son.
there.
Oh my goodness!
She has a good-looking family.
Oh my goodness!
Aren't
You
they
have
cute?
a beautiful family.
I say everybody's good at something. I make cute kids.
Oh,
Well, and apparently you're a
gorgeous.
great author and you're a great trainer too. So
Thank you.
tell me when to stop
Yeah.
listing your attributes.
What do we want to talk about first? Do we want, because I love this book so much that maybe we should. Okay, so when you're a mother, got it? You love your children. You're a happy wife. You love your husband, and I love his name, Happy.
Happy.
Happy Hill.
Yes.
That's so cool. But you also are a celebrity trainer. So
What does that mean exactly?
What does that
to
really?
be a celebrity
yes.
trainer?
I really think a celebrity trainer just means you've trained celebrities. It's
Okay.
I'm not the celebrity. My husband and I have trained a lot of celebrities because
Yeah.
we've been in the business for over 25 years.
And do you have a special technique that you train? I wanted to ask you that. Or are you just really, okay, I won't ask you that.
Okay.
No,
well,
you can
I don't want to give away
No,
No,
secrets.
no,
It's
it's not.
secret
It's
sauce.
not. There's no secret. It's when someone comes in and they're like, I want my ass kicked. I'm like, you shouldn't say that to a trainer ever.
Oh,
That's just like opening the gates for fun.
yeah.
Yeah,
for-
I'd
for-
come in. I'd say,
yeah.
I don't want to puke.
Yeah.
Do whatever I
I
need
want
to
a
do to
trainer that
not.
understands.
Yeah, I want
me.
a trainer that's gentle with me.
I want a trainer that says it's okay if you want to sit down.
I've had Tina train me before, and she's great.
I kind
Fantastic.
of feel like you're a butt kicker,
But
Well, I enjoy that.
which is
it's
why
fun.
you get a trainer, right?
Yes.
I
I
like
would
to have
want a
my butt
trainer,
kicked.
yeah.
I like that. I like
But
that.
she knows when to push you, but she also knows when to say, okay, maybe
Yeah.
you need a break today.
What are your thoughts on CrossFit in a few words?
Um,
Because I've heard mixed things, and as a
Right.
fitness expert,
I'm not a huge fan, only because a lot of people get hurt doing CrossFit. It's something that's developed. Lift as heavy as you can, as fast as you can,
Right.
And that's something that people train for a long time to do properly. Olympic weightlifting and that kind of thing. And I just think that speeding it up. Doing as many as you can isn't. I just don't think it's smart. We've worked with a lot of injuries coming out of CrossFit. I'm not saying there's not great CrossFit places.
Of
I'm
course.
sure there's people who are great at it.
it just sprung up so quickly.
It's not for everyone.
Well,
Absolutely.
my
not.
son, that's 35, Wyatt. He does CrossFit, and he was over at the house the other day, and he was explaining to me what he does. And I was like, that goes against everything in sports that I've ever. I mean, because you have to lift like massive weights. I mean, it was like crazy.
It scares me. I'm
I
afraid
like
I'm going
the-
to
I-
snap
yeah,
a limb or
But
wrench my back out.
for some people, it's
He
the answer
likes
for
it.
them. It's
Yeah.
it's the thing that gets them going. So. If
And
that's
shows
what's going to make
results.
you move, it does show
it
results.
shows
And
results.
if that's the thing that's going to make you move, then do
Yeah.
it. And then if you get injured, you can come see me and I'll tape you up.
I love the things that you the bands, and they have the
TRX.
handles.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
love those things.
The TRX bands?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah,
why
those
I
I love
like,
them.
that's why I was
my favorite too.
really interested about your perspective on CrossFit, because forever with doing yoga and Pilates, everything is so thoughtful and methodical and slow, and we're taught that actually sometimes going slower will benefit your body more. So then doing the reverse to the fast kind of like scared me, and I was like, oh, this is
Well,
really intimidating, this
right.
CrossFit business.
But like I said, cross training is
Different, right?
Yes, it's different, but it's really important to do a little bit of everything and a mix of everything. If getting bored is what happens to you when you exercise, then you need to switch it up so that you don't quit. You know,
and you can't do the same thing all the time. Like I do yoga and spinning, right? Yoga and spinning.
But your
yoga
muscles
and spinning, yoga and
get
spinning.
used to it.
Everything gets
right?
used to it.
They do. Because I run 10 or 12 miles a day still. And
I think I ran 12 miles last year.
Is that because
Total,
at
right?
some point? Oh yeah, complete total.
She couldn't even break a sweat, I bet.
well,
Sure she
but that's
doesn't.
the thing is it doesn't do anything really for me anymore. So
Because it's just all muscle
if I'm trying to
and-
lose weight and I'm running my 12 miles a day or 15 miles a day, nothing happens. Nothing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, wait until you're 60 like me.
Awesome.
Nothing happens.
Are you? You look great.
Oh my God. Are you kidding? I finally started to get a little bit of muscle in my legs because I was going to this thing at LMU for ex-cancer patients. Anyway, it was free, so I started to go. And I was doing these squats, and so my legs started to look pretty good, right? And then I don't know, something happened. I got sick or whatever. I don't know. But I lost it like overnight. It was like, what happened? Why does that happen?
Yeah, but it'll come back. I mean, if you start back up again, it comes back again, and it doesn't take as long as it did the first time.
Don't.
So you should.
What are you going to
keep
say?
it
Don't
going.
lie. And don't
No,
lie.
it doesn't. It doesn't take as long.
Now, for someone who's 60 and has worked out, played sports most of her life,
And worked at Club Med.
and did all
Yeah.
of these things, it does. I understand the back and forth, but I would work on Nautilus machines when you could do it barefoot because that's how they thought back in the day you were supposed to do your Nautilus machines. So I've been doing that, but as you get older, well, you might know better than me, so maybe you should train me for absolutely nothing for 6 months. No, I want to talk about the book.
Yeah,
I got to
we'll-
talk
we'll
about
be
the book.
Your, before and
But wait,
afters.
the gym is called
Okay.
Happy Hour Gym.
Happy hour.
Yeah, that
Gym.
was
Yes.
what I wanted to know.
It was, but it
Thank
didn't.
you.
But we had the website address, but when I clicked
didn't
on it,
work.
it didn't work.
Oh, it didn't.
No.
I'll have to
I
check
think
it.
it's down at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like a
it was like a
missing
temporary
domain
thing.
thing.
It was a Wix error. Well,
Thank
we'll
you.
get it
I'll
fixed.
get it fixed.
Yeah.
It's Happy Hour Gym though.
It's Happy Hour Gym, and
In
it's
West
in West
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
West Hollywood, right beside the Troubadour, where Santa Monica
cool.
Oh
and
my God,
Doheny meet.
I had such
cool.
a good time. Don't get me started
Can you
on
tell
the
us a
Troubadour.
few of your celebrities that you've trained? Just a sneak peek.
I don't. Can we? Do you like to do that? I don't ask that question usually.
That's why I asked.
Yeah, that's why the
That's
publicist
right.
asked.
Can I do that?
I don't know if you
Can you?
can't say no.
I've never done that.
I think that I don't unless they say that you can't. But usually, if you're a celebrity, if you've trained celebrities, you can say, yeah. I mean, it's like
Okay.
if I do a television commercial for somebody and I can't tell anybody I did that, I produced that commercial, that would be sucky.
Well,
Yeah.
my husband and I, we made a list one time. We had to actually make a list for something one time, and there were a lot of people on the list. Currently, I would say Ryan Phillippe, Jesse
That's
Bradford.
okay. Body and
And these are all people that are trained privately and not at your happy hour gym in West Hollywood.
Right.
Or are they? Okay. So you do house calls.
We we do everything. We
Yes.
take people out. We do the gym. We do in homes.
Yeah.
Angie
So-
Everhart, Tia Carrere.
And the gym is
currently.
Oh, okay. Wow.
the gym is only for your
Harold
not a public
Perrineau.
gym. It's just
Oh,
for
it's not
people that
it's
you
a private gym.
It's
train.
private training.
Oh.
It's not. So there's other trainers come to the gym and rent
that's
space for
Got
us.
it.
They're all
awesome.
independent. They set all their own rates and everything. And my husband and I just own the gym, and then we have our own clients.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
I
thought it was
may have seen some of these good-looking men she's mentioned there.
Well, now I definitely
Okay,
want to go. Actually, not really. I don't
It
want to
may
see.
motivate my workouts.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to see anybody famous watching my ugly, jiggly ass work out. I'd rather be where I'm totally anonymous and nobody knows who I am, and I don't know who they are, and who cares. And
Oh,
No,
gosh.
we all of the celebrities we've trained are they're really, really wonderful people. They are.
I want
Okay,
to
when you
talk about the book.
Enough of the celebrities.
Yes.
Let's get
Yes.
to the book.
I wanna, we already have a show of celebrities, and we're going to run out of time. We have 20 minutes to talk
Okay.
about the book.
Okay.
Okay, so you're the author of this amazing book. Okay, Jennifer, may I ask you, have you
Sure.
read any of this
I have read some of the book, and
freaking
it's
awesome book?
surprisingly, knowing Tina, it's so dark. That's the first thing you think, but it's captivating. And I'm sad that I haven't gotten through it yet. But I'm a terribly slow reader. I have to
Me
admit.
too. I'm a slow reader also, but
But I'm actually a fast. Here's the thing. I'm a slow reader because I don't really like to start books if I can't sit down and read the whole thing. I come from the script world. I'm used to reading the whole thing. I know the story immediately. You know, same thing with why I love movies. That's why I can't stand TV. Although now you can binge watch. I hate waiting.
There's no way you know this story. There's no way you would ever.
Can't sit
I
down
don't even know
and
the
not
end.
finish.
I'm the opposite. I don't want to finish it because it's so good.
See, I get annoyed when I can't know the ending immediately.
And you don't have time to finish it.
Like, what if something happens to me and I never find out the end of something? I can't deal with it.
So anyway, let's KB, will you please tell me a little bit about Witchy Man? What inspired you? How it is this number 1, number 2, number 3? Is this? I'm going to ask you all the questions right up front because I know we're running out of time. I want to know: is it inspired by? Is it an inspiration of your life because you grew up in Winnipeg? This takes place in Winnipeg. By the way, everyone listening, this book. I'm not a big reader. A lot of people, when you're a radio host, and which is what I do in my part time, I can imagine what true radio hosts get. You really get asked to read a lot of books because authors are always looking for exposures because they are one of the most difficult things to bring to market, right? And even if it's published by Random House or whatever. Okay, so I read books. The 3 that I have read for the show, this one, Caitlin Roig-DeBellis's book about Sandy Hook, and Alicia Coppola's book that she wrote about her father. All first-time authors. But you're not a first-time author because it says back here that you've written 2 books before this one. No?
No. I have other books that I'm writing.
Oh, but, okay. So this is your first book.
That is my first. Oh my God, that's my first published book.
It's so sexy. It's so erotic. It's so hot. It's so dark. It's so creepy. It's so awesome.
Well, can we get a little synopsis?
Yes.
Without spoilers? Is that even possible?
Without spoilers. So the book was actually inspired by something that happened in my neighborhood growing up. I grew up in the most beautiful place called Wildwood Park in Winnipeg, and it's a park with houses in it, with sidewalks and pathways meandering through, and there's a river that goes around it. There's a lot of trees down by the river, and something very scary happened there when I was very young. And I realized, if you read the book, the first few chapters are things that really happened with me and a friend of mine, and it was terrifying, and nobody really talked about it. And so I started writing about it when I was about 21, and then I put it away because it was very dark and scary. And then when I was 40-something, 43 or 44 or something, I met my publisher, at a dinner party, and I sent him an email, and I asked him if he would read it, and he did. And he called me up, and he said, "I'm coming to LA in a few weeks, and I'd like to talk to you about your new career."
Ooh. So you put together a little synopsis of Witchy Man?
No, I sent him 21 pages that I wrote.
So you sent him 21 pages that you wrote.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And
wow.
He's wonderful. His name's David Dunham. He's out of Tennessee. He's great.
That's pretty amazing. So you just randomly met this publisher?
At a celebrity dinner party. It was at Camille Grammer's house.
Oh, really?
Okay, cool.
Yes, it was for a bodybuilder named Rich Gaspari, and Camille Grammer was hosting the dinner. I'm not really sure why, and there were a whole bunch of celebrities there, and this publisher was there.
Well, somebody had a good PR person or publicist or whatever, right?
Yes,
to put together a party of influential people.
It was put together by a man named Aaron Tonkin, who's a friend of ours, and he had written a book a long time ago, and David was actually his publisher.
Books are really incredible. I mean, I have like 4 books in me that I want to write, memoir type books, right? But I recently read this book on how to write a book. Okay, and it's like an old school book, right? And it was about how to write books simple, right? To be more simple. Don't be so like I'm the kind of person that doesn't like a lot of description. And the way you write is you write with this beautiful way of describing the environment and what's happening that it doesn't bore me. I don't go, yeah, in the back of my head.
Right, you're just like listing adjectives.
I hate that. that.
Right.
I'm like, okay, starting to scan.
It creates the world the way she does it.
Yes.
Well, I had an awesome editor also, a friend of mine who I asked to be my editor for this. Her name's Donna Hyams, and she's amazing. She really, really was amazing. And I picked her because she's smart, she's a grammar fanatic, and she's somebody who I could have a heated discussion with, and it won't affect my friendship with her at all. And,
it was almost like the Sheila in the book.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right? See?
Yes.
See?
Yes.
Nobody knows
Drawing
who these
parallels.
people are unless they've read the book.
And when she first told me she wrote a book, I immediately first assumed it was a fitness
She said
book.
it's a
Of
fitness
course.
I
book.
thought it was a fitness book, right? And she no, it's not a fitness book.
I said a lot of people run in it.
You have an amazing career in being an author only because
you.
you've taken so Witchy Man is a story that is based on your past and this urban legend or whatever in Winnipeg.
But it's fictional. My book is fictional. Yes.
It is fictional, but it's also what's cool about it is when I was coming here tonight, I was thinking, because the character lives in West Hollywood. Everything about it is so like real, and you're just
Local.
it's like
It
this
writes-
girl lives in Los Feliz,
An
and
artist.
She's just, I know. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm going there to meet. I'm coming here to meet Chris tonight.
Yeah.
And that's how I really felt about it. So
Yeah, it
that's
sounds
good.
engrossing. I mean, I can't wait to start this.
It's
and
so
I feel like I won't be able to
it's
put
almost
it down.
it's uncomfortable, right? You have a way of, especially in the beginning of the book, you kind of have to get used to your darkness because you even
Yes.
wrote in the book to me, I hope you enjoy my dark side.
Yes.
And at first it was like, whoa, I don't know you, and I'm reading this stuff, and I'm thinking I'm looking at this beautiful woman on the back of this book right here that
old picture.
handed this to me in my car one day, and I just was, and then I'm reading about and things, and I thought, whoa, but then I kept
and
reading.
then you're going, ooh.
Yes, because after a while, see, I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm to the point now where I really don't know what's happening. I am to the point where Roxy is in her garden, right?
So you can't wait to get home and just
and
keep reading it.
And I don't really know what's happening with Witchy Man, right? So it's just a beautiful, beautiful book. I totally recommend.
It gets really, really good in the second half.
Oh my god, it's good
You
in the
guys,
first
I'm
half.
on the edge of my seat just hearing about the damn book.
It's going to translate good to the screen. I think.
It's
Oh.
it's witchyman.com.
That's interesting.
It's witchyman.com up on the screen. So it's witchymanbook.com, the
I'll hold
website.
that
Yeah.
And you can learn more about the book. But wait,
At Witchy Man Book on social.
at Witchy Man Book. It's all up on the screen.
go.
Oh, but we have to say it, right? At Witchy Man Book on social. It's anything else? Instagram? Do you have Instagram? Oh, that would be cool.
We are going to launch an Instagram. We have
you have to
a
have like this whole Instagram campaign.
There's a
of taking
Facebook and a
pictures of the
Twitter right
Witchy
now.
Man. Oh my God, you can make such a. You have to start talking about this book because this book is so creepy, but so relevant and so cool and so. How do I explain it?
KB's working on a script with the
I am.
screenwriter right
M.
now.
Night M. Night Shyamalan movie is basically what I think it is.
No, but M. Night Shyamalan hasn't made a good movie in forever.
Okay, so
Lay it down.
If it was M. Night Shyamalan when he came out, it
Yes.
could be his movie.
It was
Now she needs a new M. Night Shyamalan. Sorry, dude, but
it's very Stephen King. King it.
Yes,
King it.
I've heard
King
that.
it.
I've heard that.
And
too.
that's the only other author that I really like for thrillers or books like this is Stephen King. That's who I've read.
Well, that's a tremendous compliment. Also, thank you. My 7th grade English teacher told me that he thought I wrote a lot like Charles Dickens.
Oh, that's my other.
Well, that's
my God.
a huge
This isn't
compliment
like
too.
that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
No,
sounds.
That's
somewhat
my
different.
other favorite author. I swear. Yeah, there's this one in Charles Dickens, David Copperfield. Right. I lived in Paris, and I used to have to hide my face in a book because I didn't want to talk to anybody on the train. They all stunk. They had bad breath. It was an early morning, and you just read a book. Everybody reads a book every day. They're like this, and that was one of the books that I read. And then I came back to LA, and I worked in a lingerie shop, and nobody back in 1980, whatever it was, went to a lingerie shop. It was in Beverly Hills, but nobody would go in there. You sold bras. Why would I go in there? But I worked there because I just came back from France and I needed a job. So then I read even more. And I read a lot of Dickens. And I love the way that he wrote, I'm a high school graduate. I never took past 10th grade English. And in my 10th grade English class, I failed. And I got, and I took summer school, and I took comic books reading. And that was my English that I took. I've never taken another English class in my entire life. So
well, you can read, so you're good.
I can actually write,
you're
too.
Good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is part of it.
But I'm only saying that is because I didn't take literature, or I was never put these books in front. I'm from the generation where we got out of high school, and Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, all of us, we just got out of high school and we just went for it, right? We know none of us really went to my generation, baby boomer, young baby boomer.
Maybe Mama Jammas.
We just didn't go to high school. I mean, college. I didn't go to high school either.
I'm a baby
Sounds
boomer
like
too. I know.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. Did you go to college? Did you
I
graduate
went.
from college?
I went a little bit. I was in pre-veterinary medicine, and I dropped out to move to New York City to be a dancer.
Absolutely, that's what you did.
Yes.
And we all
You've got
became
so many
successful.
skills. It's just like one thing.
I don't know if
another.
I'd call them all skills.
Well, I thought the SAT stood for Saturday.
It does. It does. Yes.
To let our kids know that, My girlfriends there, I was like, my one girlfriend, she said she ended up being really, really wealthy, and then her kids, one of her daughters famous on TV, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I said, Jeannie, did you go to college? I didn't see her for years. And she said, yes, I went to Pierce College for a semester. I took business machines.
Business machines.
Business machines. Yeah, it was key punch. Business machines.
Like a type. Oh my god.
Yeah, she ended up being like this millionaires because she married.
Good for her.
She married
That's awesome.
Good for
Everybody,
her.
we worked hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he appreciate me a little bit more now.
Are you looking at me? I've always appreciated you. I don't put you down.
Okay, so we have about 5 more minutes. I want to ask you, what was when the book came out?
Yes.
When did the book come out?
The book came out July 14th of last year.
Okay.
It was the same day as Go Set a Watchman, which was awesome.
Sorry, what?
Go Set a Watchman.
Ghost.
Do you guys know what she's saying?
You don't? It came out the same day
Go
as
set a watchman.
Go Set a Watchman.
Go set a
Go
watchman.
set a
Got
watchman.
it.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, is that Stephen King?
No, that's
Charles Dickens?
No, the same author is now I'm going blank, which is awesome. To Kill a Mockingbird. Was it To Kill a Mockingbird?
Oh,
I
the
don't
second
know.
book of
Yeah.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
I want to help you here, but I can't.
But what it was, because everybody
Was the sequel, right?
Harper Lee, sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
He has internet over there.
Yeah.
I heard it on NPR. I heard it on NPR.
But I said to because everybody couldn't wait to hear, this is her second book and she never wrote anything else. And
I
so
do
I said,
remember that.
and I
Now
said,
that you
that's
say
like
that.
having your indie film come out the same day as Jurassic World. I was like, awesome. But then I thought, Watchman, Witchy Man. I thought maybe some people type it wrong and they'll end up getting my book anyway.
It's good
That's
thinking.
a totally
right?
legitimate
Your book
thinking,
is
actually,
probably
yeah.
way better than that book, and I would never read that book anyway.
No?
No,
Well,
I didn't
I
read. I
didn't.
didn't read the other one, To Kill a Mockingbird. Everybody else in the world did, but me. I never
Yeah,
read
that
that
must
book.
have been like 11th grade
I
English.
saw the movie.
There's a few things about it that were a little rough for me to watch, or to read rather. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
Rougher than this?
Well, I don't like derogatory racial
Oh,
stuff.
strong language and
I
whatnot.
am.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Racial stuff. I just don't like
yeah.
racial
Yeah,
stuff, and
there's-
it rubs me the wrong way. I don't get it. I never got it.
Yeah, it can feel gratuitous too sometimes.
Well, I just have to say that I'm enjoying going on this journey in this book with you.
Thank you.
Because I'm like in the restaurant on Melrose with them. I'm totally feeling it. I feel the raindrops on the window and everything. The way you write, I am completely immersed in the environment.
That's a
Completely.
huge compliment. Thank you so much. That means a lot.
Yeah, especially for somebody that has severe ADD. I mean, seriously. I'm serious.
No, it can be hard to get through a book.
I can't even stand Facebook anymore because it's like,
It's the same.
It's like it's like I said. I saw my girlfriend had her husband pass away suddenly, and I felt bad because I just scrolled right by that beautiful picture of Scott and Julie, and then I went back later and I didn't know the subject, right? And I felt so bad. It was hours later, and it was I just don't. I have a hard time with people who also. Jennifer, you did a beautiful thing for your grandmother today. I didn't read it all. I read part of it.
But sometimes it's for you or it's for your immediate people,
Yeah, it's
totally.
for your
But I'm not a huge
people.
poster of every. Some people are a big poster of every feeling of their life.
Oh, my
which
goodness.
Can be
my other girlfriend,
a lot.
Rachel, today posts something that it was like you were writing it, but it was like for in a book, that stuff you write.
Have you ever been on someone else's?
where I start to go, whoops, or I'm sick and I'm in my bed and I'm reading it and I'm going like this, with the book, and then like that.
Have you spent any time on someone else's Facebook feed? Because that's lately, like I've done that. Like if a boyfriend or a friend leaves their Facebook up, I'm just amused because because I'm used to seeing like a lot of my friends work in entertainment and celebrity, like. I'm used to seeing like red carpet pictures, like the same
Similar
kind of
language.
thing, and I get bored and whatever. And I was on his feed, and I'm like, oh my God,
like
what are all these
real-world
articles
stuff.
about finance and politics? Like just super different. Like you think everyone's living in your same Facebook world, but everyone's feed is
that's
so
a really good point.
different.
That's a really good point.
And then like I have one friend, I went on their feed and it was all like cat photos and memes, and I'm like, what is happening on this feed?
And that so reflects your world too.
I won't leave my Facebook up when you come over.
It really reflects like who you're
Totally.
who you hang out with, what your interests are. It's interesting when you start to look at that. Like I'm telling you, just peek over someone else's feed and you'll be surprised.
Well, you can think from a marketing standpoint how integrated Facebook is into our lives and what they know about us. And so there is no running from Facebook. I heard the other day that 12% of the population 12%, 68% of the population, was it 12% of the sorry. Anyway.
Is active?
Now I'm thinking about it on Facebook, and the guy made a comparison. He said, you can't come up with another brand in the world where that amount of people use the product. Right. You just can't. It has a marketing podcast called The Beancast. And it was really interesting. It was this guy that was talking about it. And there's always these subjects, but from a marketing standpoint, Facebook, the penetration of Facebook, that's what's so awesome about it. But by the way, they now are once again changing everything.
Their algorithm changes every week.
Yeah.
But if you follow KB Hills, you'll be able to find out, when this book is going to become a movie and about her next book.
And is it going to become a movie? So you're working on the screenplay with someone.
I have a screenwriter. His name is George Garitano. He's lovely and patient. Yes, he's
which is a virtue to have.
Yes, especially with me, because sometimes he sends me text messages and I think, oh, I got to answer that, and then I'm driving in the car and then several days go by. No, because I don't text and drive, so sometimes several days go by and then he's like, just checking in again.
And you're like, shoot, I forgot about that
Sometimes you think you answered, you mentally answered, and you're like, oh,
you totally do.
I do that.
And you open it and it's a half written. You're like, oh, but I didn't.
I want to ask another question.
Yes.
So you're doing the screenplay and you're writing the screenplay. Is this two different things? Screenplay. Okay.
Yeah.
With a screenwriter.
Then are you selling it?
Yeah.
Just from the the business side of it. Then are you putting it out to sell it, or are you writing it for someone already?
We're putting it out to sell it.
Okay. And then do you have any idea what celebrities you're gonna go after to package with it?
That's a good
Who
question.
is that? Whose phone is that?
We're just ignoring it.
Oh, okay. I know. I know.
I shut mine off.
Mine's off too.
We have some ideas of people
that you want to approach.
Yeah.
As here in Hollywood, you can't get anything made unless you have it all a package put together, right?
Yes.
You can have the best screenplay in the world, but if you don't have the package put together, forget about it.
To help them visualize it and to streamline their process.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Well, when you do make this movie, because you will,
I will.
You have to come back here, and I want like a background walk on or something like Hitchcock.
I said that to one of my clients about Jurassic, the next Jurassic Park. I said, could I please be somebody who gets eaten by a dinosaur? Just like in the background somewhere. I scream really well.
And then he said, "I'm just the lead. I don't have pull in that."
No. She's not.
Oh, it's
she's
a
not,
she. Okay.
She's not the lead. She could put me in it.
Yeah,
She could
more
put
like
you.
a producer.
Listen up,
me on
yeah.
it.
So like,
Flailing.
yeah.
She's a big name. She could put me in it.
Yeah, even if it's just your legs dangling out of the T-Rex.
Yes,
yeah.
and I have great legs, by the way, so that
There
would
we
be
go.
good. Oops, yeah.
There
I
we
want to
go.
see. I want to see it snap though.
Yeah, I would love that. I love those movies. Awesome.
I think that's so funny. Well, I would love to just do it.
And just make sure you look directly into camera too when you do your walk on. Yeah.
Boo!
How's my hair?
Well, just make sure I get invited to the premiere. I'll do the red carpet.
Oh my,
Oh my
goodness.
goodness, of course.
Premier
Funny.
spot.
What about the
yeah.
next books? What's going on with the next books?
So I'm writing another book now. It's called The Blue Lady. I thought it was going to be a little softer, and then I
Then you started going with it.
I
and
cut somebody's throat, and I threw her over the side of a boat, and it was just.
you said, "All right, I'm going down."
And that was softer. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was well, I can't say anything about this book. I'm really frustrated. I'm sitting here like I
Yeah.
can't say anything about this book because it is. I would spoil everything if I just kind of started talking
Right.
about that kind of stuff. So, but you like that little like slit throat thing.
I just, I try to make it softer, but it's just not. It's not as interesting to me. And I also feel like when you're writing, you have to be, you have to put yourself out there, and that was really hard the first time I asked anybody to read this. Ever.
That was kind of my point. Was like,
Yeah, it's hard.
I asked, when did the book come out? And then my next question was, when the book did come out, did you have any sense of self embarrassment? Because it's like
It's
saying, would
vulnerability,
you like,
yeah.
Yes.
you don't have no idea what's in this book.
It's very graphic. It's very
I
graphic.
can't wait to read
Yes.
this freaking book.
And it's like, here, my son's school teacher, would you like to read my book?
No, my daughter's kindergarten teacher wants to read it, and she's the loveliest, sweetest little woman with a classroom of lovey bears. And
There's a mysterious.
There's a
Yeah,
phantom phone in this
what are
room.
you going to do about that?
I'm gonna
Because-
put it wrap it in a brown paper bag and give it to her.
and then when you see her at Parent Teacher Day,
I told her, I said, it's very, very dark. And she said, I love to read. And I said, but it's graphic and dark. One of the moms read it, and her husband's not happy with me because she made him change all of the security of their entire property after she read the book.
Oh my God. Okay,
It
so-
terrified her so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if that's what I need is to be more paranoid, but bring it on. This book sounds
Especially because
bitchin'.
it takes place here a lot of it.
A lot of it takes
John,
place
That's so
here.
cool. I love that.
I live on a piece of property that from behind my house. You saw my house. My house is small. The property is huge that's behind it.
That's
and we
creepy.
only moved there 6 months ago. So the first time I was home alone, like there's no curtains on some of the windows because you just can't hang curtains
so it's
on
like a
there.
fishbowl.
A little bit, it can, especially from the backyard. So anybody could go into the backyard, and like the lights go on back there. And when the lights go on, my husband goes, "Oh, the lights are on," and I said, "Yeah, the lights are on."
It's a motion sensor, darn it.
There's somebody back there. They're on because somebody's back there. Damn it. He goes, "Oh no, it's a cat. It's a skunk. It's a bat. It's a whatever."
It's a
and
bat.
I'm like, no.
I'm going to have your husband mad at me, too, when you make him change all the security at your house.
He comes to my room
Installing
now, and
cameras.
I'm like this, and I'm like this. It's like what?
Busy.
I'm the worst. Like when I'm home alone, I literally have to have every light on. And I was that kid that would babysit and keep the kids up. Like you never wanted me to babysit.
console you.
No, I would keep them up. I literally would keep them up and be like, let's watch more TV. I won't tell your mom because
Sugar,
I
anyone?
didn't want to be alone,
Be alone.
especially my neighbors, because the way they had it, they had all glass like behind the couch and you would watch TV. It was all glass behind you and it was the creepiest thing.
That's
and I would
how my
make
house
these
is.
kids would be like, I want to go to bed. And I'm like, no, we're staying up.
Let's
We
have
don't
a
like
It's a
Jennifer.
challenge. It's a contest.
She makes us stay up.
We're tired.
Well,
Yeah, it was the worst.
this has been awesome, and we didn't get the whole Tones commercial in, and that's perfectly okay. Oh well. But Witchy Man, it's witchymanbook.com.
By KB Hill.
By KB Hill. And KB, thank you so much for being here. Oh my God.
you.
I love this. I can't
Thank
wait
you.
for your
Thank
next
you.
book. I can't wait for the movie because it does deserve to be a movie. It's going to be an awesome movie, although there are certain parts where I'm not sure
How it's going to
how
translate.
you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I am excited to maybe finish it.
Oh God!
No, you want to finish it.
Right.
It's got a surprise ending. You want to finish it.
Well, I'll probably finish it tomorrow.
Blue Lady is that what it's called?
Yeah, the Blue Lady.
The Blue Lady, is that like a follow up to Witchy Woman, or are they completely separate?
This is Witchy Man.
Witchy Man. Blue Lady.
Witchy
Man.
There is a follow up to Witchy Man. It's not the Blue Lady. But I wanted to do the Blue Lady because I started it also several years ago, and I love it. So I wanted to finish it. My heart's there now.
How exciting! I love that there's a follow up to Witchy Man.
Well,
There's
a follow up to Witchy Man. That means you just blew it for me.
No, I didn't.
We're talking about spoiler alerts the whole show.
No, it's no spoiler.
She said there's a big old thing at the end.
Trust me.
Okay, I do trust you. Or else you'll cut my whatever off.
And over the bridge you go.
Okay, Jennifer Buonantony from PressPassLA.com. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And our hearts go out to you. Jennifer lost her grandmother, so our
you.
hearts and prayers do go out to you.
And come back with the Hollywood update anytime you want.
I will.
You
Give
know
us the
where we
Hollywood
are.
Beat.
John, how do we
Is that it?
How do we close the show? Thank you for being here,
Thank
John.
you for being here, Wendy. It's good to see you again, and I'll see you next Tuesday.
And I'll see you next Tuesday. We'll see everybody next week.
We will.
All right. Thank you for being
Bye-bye.
here. Tony, good night. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
C-Spot Talk Marketing Unfiltered is made possible by our sponsors, Direct Avenue, the television media agency where you can expect more. Contact them at directavenue.com. Ending music is courtesy of Tom Orsi at Orsi Digital. You can download audio episodes of C-Spot Talk Marketing on iTunes, Spreaker, and Stitcher, or enjoy the full-length video uncut on YouTube. Just search for C-Spot Talk in your directory, and while you're there, make sure to subscribe. Special thanks to John Hamilton and Tony Sweet for making Tuesdays the best night of the week. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, just send me an email at wendy@cspotrun.com. Thanks for listening. See you next week.